Hi there, this is Ranjit, and in this video we'll be doing the full in-depth review for this Xiaomi Redmi Note 4G, which is a very affordable budget-oriented phablet by Xiaomi. This sells in India for around 10,000 bucks, and I've been testing this device for almost 3 weeks now. So let's get on with the review of this Redmi Note 4G. So here we have the Redmi Note 4G, and this is the box, and if you look at the box, it's very Spartan. It just gives some of the basic specs. One thing to note is that this Redmi Note comes in two variants, that is the regular 3G variant and this is the 4G variant. And the major difference between both the devices is that obviously this 4G variant supports 4G apart from 2G and 3G, but the 4G variant, that is this one, has just a single SIM slot. The regular 3G variant has a dual SIM slot. So that's the major difference. And before we proceed, let me give you a physical overview of this device first. On the top, we have the 3.5mm headphone jack. We have a secondary noise cancellation microphone. And this is the volume rocker. This is the power on off button. And on the bottom, the main microphone, micro USB slot that will be used for charging this device. And on this end, nothing. Moving towards the back, we have a 13 megapixel camera with LED flash, the Mi branding, and the opening for the speaker. Moving towards the front facing camera, it's a 5 megapixel shooter, and we also have the earpiece, and the auto brightness sensor is also there. One thing I really liked about this device is the cellular call quality that I was getting on this device. The cellular call quality that I was getting on this device is excellent. It's on par with very high handsets that I have tested. So in terms of call quality, it is very good, loud and clear. Then we have the 5.5-inch screen, which is a 720p HD screen, and it's IPS grade screen. Hence, if you notice, even if I tilt the phone to extreme angles, it is pretty good. And on the bottom, we have three touch type capacitive buttons. This is for the menu, this is for the home, and this is for the back. The menu button also acts like a multitasking button. If you hold it for a while, you get to the multitasking tray. From here, you can actually switch between the apps, and also you can kill all the apps if you want. And again, this device comes with 2 gigs of RAM. I'll talk about the configuration a bit later. And it comes with MIUI, which is a custom skin that Mi devices use. And you'll notice it's a little bit different. We don't have the app tray. So all the apps are here, but we can have folders like this. So you can put apps into that. So it's a little bit different, but now let me actually show you the settings. These are the basic settings, quick toggles, and you have the notifications over here. But if you click here, you can go to the settings. Default will go to the quick settings, but if you want to go to all the settings, go to the general area. And as you can see here, we find all the settings. Let's look at about the device and the Android version. As you can see, it's running on the Android version 4.4.2, which is KitKat, but it's not the latest version. Xiaomi has hinted that this device will get the Android Lollipop update also, but they haven't specified when. Regarding internal storage, it comes with 8 gigs of internal storage, and let me actually show you. And I have been using this device, as I mentioned, for almost 3 weeks, so I have installed a lot of apps. But the thing is that though it has a micro SD card slot, you just cannot move the apps directly to the SD card. So for installing the apps, the internal storage is what you have. As you can see, after installing a couple of high-end games and apps, now I have just about 1.1 gigabytes of space left. So I would say in storage, it's sort of a middle ground, I would say. It's not great, it's not bad, but storage can be an issue if you are a very heavy user because you cannot install the apps directly to the SD card. Apart from that, overall I like even the screen quality of this device. The screen quality is actually very good with good viewing angles, and in day-to-day performance also this device performed pretty well. Now let's talk about the general configuration of this device. This device is powered by a 1.6 GHz quad-core processor that's based on the Snapdragon 400 chipset, and it has 2 gigs of RAM. Regarding the GPU, it's powered by the Adreno 305 GPU. Internal storage, as I mentioned, is 8 gigs. A rear-facing camera is a 13 megapixel shooter, and the front facing camera is a 5 megapixel shooter. Moving towards the battery, it's a 3100 milliamp battery, and it's a user replaceable battery. For example, let me show you, the back cover can be easily opened like this, and this reveals the battery. And as I mentioned, it's a 3100 milliamp hour battery, and it accepts just a single SIM. And some people were asking me, does this device work properly with 2G and 3G SIMs? Yes, it works perfectly with even 2G and 3G SIMs. In fact, I'm using the Aircel SIM, which is just a 3G SIM, and it works perfectly. You can also add a micro SD card, and I've added 8GB SD card. Now, talking about the battery life that I was getting on this device, I was very happy with the battery life that I was getting on this device. With the regular usage, I was easily crossing about 1.5 days before it was touching around 20% odd. So in terms of battery life, it is very good. In fact, my sister-in-law also got this Redmi Note 4G. She is actually a doctor, and prior to using this Redmi Note 4G, she was using a Samsung Galaxy Grand, and she was saying me that she had to charge her Grand every day at night. But with this Note 4G, she can easily stretch it to around 2 days. So in terms of battery life also, this device is pretty good. Now, as we are connected to my Wi-Fi network, let's fire up the browsers. We have this default browser that is available on this device. This is the custom browser that we have, but we also have the, Chrome web browser. Let's try that one now. And let's go to rediff.com. And if you notice, it loaded it actually pretty quickly. And this is the full desktop variant. Let's try the pinch to zoom gesture. So in terms of the responsiveness, I was pretty happy with this device. Even for multitasking, it handled it pretty well. Let's just open up one of the random stories like this. And again, if you notice how quickly it loads, and even the scrolling is pretty quick. So in terms of web browsing, it was very responsive in my opinion, and it handles even heavy web pages without any issues. So you'll have a very good experience in terms of web browsing. Now, if we move to the multi-touch points, here also Xiaomi did not skimp, and as you can see, it has all the 10 multi-touch points, so it's pretty good. And regarding sensors also, it has all the important sensors, for example, like compass, etc., and they track pretty well. So it's good even for GPS navigation. Let me get out of this app. And again, you can hit this for moving between the multitasking, and you can just click this to kill all the apps. And regarding the free RAM, it can touch around 1 gig out of that 2 gigabytes, and it handles the UI pretty well. I also tried a different launcher like Google Launcher on this, and that also worked pretty well. Some of you were asking about Play Store. The Play Store is pre-installed on this device, and you don't have to worry. You can just directly install apps directly from this. Some of you also asked me if WhatsApp works on this, and yes, it works perfectly on this device. Now, if we move to gaming, here also I had some pretty good experience with this device. I played even some heavy games like Asphalt 8 and Modern Combat 5, and it could play them without any issues. And I had good experience with Asphalt 8 and even Modern Combat 5 on this device. And the good thing is that even after playing the games for about 20 odd minutes, the device was not overheating. Now, when we move to the camera performance, the rear facing camera is a 13 megapixel shooter with LED flash, and it can record videos even up to 1080p. And I would say the camera performance is pretty decent. It can take pretty good shots in outdoor lighting conditions, but in low lighting conditions, I would say the camera performance was just average. In some scenarios, the pictures came out to be a little bit shaky to my liking. So the camera performance, I would say, is decent but not excellent. I would say the entry-level Redmi 1S that had just an 8 megapixel rear facing camera did perform slightly better in low lighting conditions compared to the camera that is found on this Note 4G, though it has a 13 megapixel shooter. Now, if we move to the front facing camera, here I was actually pretty impressed with the front facing camera. It's good even for selfies, and the videos that it can take even from the front facing camera was pretty good. So I'm pretty satisfied with the front facing camera on this device. Now, as I mentioned even earlier, in general day-to-day performance also, this phone performed pretty well. Now, let me actually show you some multimedia playback by just playing some YouTube videos. Let's just go to YouTube, and let me just skip all this. And let's just go to our channel, that's Geeky Ranjit. And let's try to play some videos. For example, let's just play this video, top 5 smartphones. So we are playing this video, and I'll keep the volume at max. And as you can see, it plays it without any issues, and even the viewing angle, just notice I'm tilting the phone to extreme angles, then also it performs pretty well. So in terms of video playback, it performed pretty well. Let me actually show you the resolutions. The max resolution it can go on YouTube video is 720p HD, as the screen resolution is 720p. So let me just get out of this. And again, just notice how clear the screen is. The screen quality is actually very good. Let's get out of this. And another good thing is that this device does support USB OTG. So you can just plug in a USB OTG drive to this and it will be recognized with this device and you can play content directly from it. For example, let me show you. It says that the USB device is connected. We also have a built-in file manager. This is the Explorer that we have, and default will be like this, but just go to the list view and from here drop down, just select the USB storage. And now you can access the files that are available on this drive. For example, this is a 1080p video that is available on this drive. And you'll notice that it plays it perfectly. Let me just scrub back. As you can see, it is playing it without any issues. Let's play back one more video. Let's just play back this Nexus 5 versus Moto X.
Phone, so I'm well versed with them. So, and actually,
again, this is a 1080p video and it plays it without any issues. So you can directly play multimedia content that you have on a USB OTG drive, and it works perfectly on this device. So what do I feel about this Redmi Note 4G? To be very frank, I would say the overall performance of this device was pretty good, and I did not find any major issues regarding the hardware on this device. But these are some of the shortcomings of this device, and I would say these are not real shortcomings but sort of nitpickings. I did not like this glossy back on this device. It's very glossy and slippery, so it does not give good grip to this device. Also, as this Redmi Note 4G is a big device and it has some thick bezels, so if you do not like big devices, then you might not like this device. And another thing that I did not like on this device is, though it has a micro SD card slot, but you just cannot install the apps directly to the SD card. So these are some of the shortcomings of this device. Also, yes, the camera, though it's a 13 megapixel shooter, I expected slightly better, but that does not say that the camera is bad. The camera is decent, but not great. So these are some of the shortcomings of this device. But apart from these minor shortcomings, I would say it's overall a great handset. It has a very good display. The general performance of this device was also very good. The call clarity actually is excellent, and even the battery life that I was getting on this device is very good. So overall, I would say if your budget is around 10,000 mark, you can have a look at this Xiaomi Redmi Note 4G. It's a pretty good Android device by Xiaomi. I have also posted several other videos on this Redmi Note 4G covering its various other aspects in depth, like its camera review and its gaming review. So make sure you check them out. And if you're not subscribed to my YouTube channel, hit that subscribe button. Thanks for watching. This is Ranjit, and I hope to see you in my next video.